One of the things we have to do often in a computer program is increment or decrement a variable by 1. So for example, if we initialize number to 1 and want to increase its value to 2, we have to write number is equal to number plus 1. If we want to decrement it, we'll have to write number is equal to number minus 1. Well, you do that all the time when you're counting things in programs, like how many records are in a file, or how many occurrences of a letter are in a string. Because we do this so often, C# has a shortcut operator for performing both incrementing and decrementing, and that's the increment and decrement operators. Let's take a look at those. The increment operator is the plus plus operator, and you place it either before a variable to increment it by 1 or behind the variable to do the same thing. So this first example is called prefix form, and that example is called suffix form. And again, all that operator does is increment a variable by 1. To decrement a variable, we use minus minus. So minus minus number, to decrement by 1, or number minus minus performs the same thing. There are some differences between the prefix and postfix or suffix form of the operator, but we don't need to talk about the differences between prefix and suffix forms of increment and decrement in this lesson. We'll talk about it in a later chapter. But for now, just think that they do the same thing, because they do. They both increment or decrement a variable's value by 1. There are situations where you want to increase a variable's value by more than 1. And to do that, we have something called the composite operators. So for example, if I want to increase number's value by 2, I can write number plus equal to, which is the same thing as writing number is equal to number plus 2. But again, it's much shorter doing it with the composite assignment operator. And I can write number minus equal 3, which is the same thing as saying number is equal to number minus 3. Every arithmetic operator has a composite assignment operator associated with it. So there's some examples right there. I'm not going to show you modulus, but it works as well. These operators make your programming a little easier by saving you from having to type a variable's name more than once in a statement. There's nothing all that earth-shattering about the operators other than they save you a little bit of programming time. And as you begin writing longer and longer programs, you'll appreciate these shortcuts when you can have them. There's not much else to say about increment, decrement, or composite assignment, so let's move on to the next lesson where we're going to talk about constants or variables whose values cannot change.